Hey guys, it's us here, Mark Madman, with our 24th Madman Podcast, your home for all the latest and hottest gaming and nerd culture news for the week and beyond. I'm Madman, and I'm going to be discussing the main topics for today's show with our panel, CMoney and Doodle.
Hello.
Hello.
Woo!
Man,
What's
I'm feeling
going
energized.
on?
Something.
That was amazing.
Yes, that was fantastic, Madman.
I
Shit,
scared myself.
Hand clap.
Thank you.
Hand clap.
Oh, yes.
That was
Thank you.
exquisite.
That was phenomenal.
Excelente,
All right,
as they
let's
say.
move on.
Muy bueno.
Girls, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we
So
do.
want to dive right in? What do you guys
we
say?
don't want to dive
We're
right in.
Not yet.
Oh, let's slow it down, my friend.
Sorry, I got pumped.
He
I
is
see it. I see it. He is
up.
pumped. But I'm pumped too because it's
Me
been
too.
a long time. As we can see right here, look at this. It says it's been 10 days since our last pod.
That's
Yes.
disgusting.
Well, we had the holiday, right?
That's what
We
they all
had
say.
Christmas, and you know how we do in Christmas.
we do.
So
we do Christmas.
We do
do
Christmas.
Christmas.
So
Oh,
it
sure.
was, we had to handle that. And then the day after Christmas, we have
We
to
still
handle
doing Christmas,
all
y'all.
the stuff that was left over from Christmas. So,
It's complicated.
it happens, but we're here, fresh, ready to go. Take a nice new perspective on life
Oh, really? All right.
in the video game industry
I'm still the same
and the
person.
nerd
but I don't
culture news that we love and adore. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's been a long week. I mean, we've done things.
Oh,
we haven't
we've
not
done some
things.
things.
We
Now
haven't
make
not
you
done
cry.
things. We
Yes.
put up quite a few pieces of content.
Some
We got a bunch. We did a very fun Fall
Oh my
Guys.
gosh, that was so
We
cool.
did Madman Plays Fall Guys. That was
Yes.
really fun. Actually, we still need to keep going because we got to get SpongeBob.
We
'Cause
do have to get
after this,
SpongeBob.
We liked this so much that we bought the Battle Pass.
Yes.
So we got a commitment there.
Not to mention, they did have some cool Christmas costumes.
Yeah, I
that
bought in a whole bunch
Yeah.
now for no reason. I'm
Christmas.
sucked in.
It's all
Fucking
right.
Grinch. When
Listen,
am I going to
you
play with the
get-
Grinch?
Oh my God, the
Don't matter.
Grinch.
I
You
bought
get
it.
a pass till
Who are
like
you gonna be the
mid-January,
Grinch?
right?
I always
do you
wanted to
think?
be the Grinch. That was like my career option.
I think I'm going to just...
What?
I'm gonna be the Grinch.
He's going to be the Grinch. I'm going to play with the Grinch like forever.
Summertime, Grinch.
Yeah, all the time.
I mean,
But I
the
got
Grinch did
everybody
exist
now.
in
I got
summertime.
freaking
You didn't just come out during
Halo,
Christmas. Or
Gears. Who was the other one that we just bought? Some other character.
A reindeer? You got a
Christmas
reindeer?
stuff.
Yeah.
There was somebody else. I forget. But still.
You're trying to get SpongeBob though. Once
Yeah,
you
I
hit
think we gotta
SpongeBob,
get that.
you know,
We
you
gotta
got to
get
go
that.
hard on SpongeBob.
So we got some Madman Plays. We did that one. We did Fortnite, Chapter 4. The Massacre, I called it, because we got our shit split.
we got destroyed. Yeah.
So not
yeah,
the
for
shit.
sure.
Listen. We did good as we played.
Oh,
So it's still
we just,
fun to watch because
listen.
we kicked ass. We just didn't win. That's what the massacre means to us because we're used to winning.
This was a master class on what not to do because it was like literally stupidity that took over. And like, we didn't realize the circle was coming, so we got stuck behind the circle. Like, who does that?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Who
And
doesn't pay attention to the
that
circle?
was something else. It was something else. I gotta tell you though, every time I play this, it's like, man, they made this game beautiful.
It is so fun. It's so fun.
but beautiful.
And now they have Deku in there.
Oh yeah, Deku, Mr. Beast.
Exactly.
They're all there. The whole
We
game.
have
Oh,
them
and
all.
Doomslayer and Witcher will be coming soon. One day.
We have the Doomslayer.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Doomslayer. but I'm talking
No,
about
Witcher,
Geralt.
he said, will come
Yeah,
one
Geralt.
day.
Witcher. They were gonna make me do missions to get Witcher.
Probably.
When I'm just saying, yo, let me pull out the card. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
let me just buy the
Let me just
Witcher,
buy 'em,
yo.
bro. Come on, let's not play games. Let me just buy them. But that's gonna happen. But that was a good video. And then speaking of The Witcher, we had
Ooh.
Doodles Never Have I Ever Played The Witcher.
Yes.
Wild Hunt 3.
I have now played The Witcher.
You have now played it, and you do see what's what now.
Yes, I do.
You do see what's what.
I do see what's. I will the real Witcher please send out.
I told you.
I repeat.
You didn't want to listen to me. I told you that was real. It was so good. So that was really good. Gorgeous. Oh my God. On PC.
Stunning.
Yo, that ray tracing is no joke. It looks so beautiful.
It
So-
looks ridiculous. It literally.
The Witcher is
Like-
a beautiful game. I have checked out some of the gameplay myself, and yeah, graphically, it's a showcase.
It is. It's freaking stunning. So it exceeded my expectations of what I thought the game was going to be for sure.
Yeah, it's really really stunning. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's a really, really beautiful game. I'm really really enjoyed it, and you really liked it playing it. Which
I
was
did.
nice, which was nice.
Yeah, something special for sure.
Yeah. And we also went ahead and had our friends over at Mario Kart 8 release their next booster pass.
You mean,
that
you do
Wave
realize
3.
you mean Nintendo.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like Mario Kart at this point is a person,
Oh my god.
and they're blessing us with new
Mom,
horses.
when I grow up, I want to be Mario Kart.
Well, there's a
Listen.
goal. There's a goal for you.
Thi-
Write it on your goal board, your dream sheet, your star outline.
All right, CMoney.
Mm.
So Wave 3 did not disappoint. Peach's Castle Garden was there. That was epic. And the Rainbow Road. What game is that from, Madman?
The Rainbow Road that was in that booster course pass was from
Yeah.
Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS.
Yeah, that was I don't remember. Because I remember playing Mario Kart on the 3DS, but I don't remember that specific Rainbow Road. So maybe I freaking skipped it somehow, or my memory is just not, it's failing me right this second.
Well, I can tell you that I don't remember most of that stuff either.
No,
But it
I
was
don't think
all
CMoney
really good.
even played Mario Kart 7 all that much.
Yeah, it was all right. It was good. But
Mario Kart 7 just feels like baby Mario Kart 8. I mean, there's very little reason to go back unless you're nostalgic for it.
well, there's very little reason to go back to anything.
I think the only one that warrants it the most is Mario Kart Double Dash because of how unique it is. It's so different. It's two racers. Like, the controls are very different. It's very, very different from the rest of them. That's the only reason.
They
That's
also
the only
never
reason.
did it again, which probably tells you
That's
that
what
it
makes Double
wasn't
Dash
that
unique.
great.
It's not like
I'm
they're
saying?
all going to be double racer now.
Well, you swap
Which is a
as
good
you
thing.
go, right? Or you
yeah, you literally
locked in?
swap. There's also a multiplayer mode where you can literally work together and two people control two characters on the cart.
I mean, I personally never played it, but it sounds pretty cool.
I have played it. It's quite good, and it's like the precursor to modern Mario Kart. Because Super Mario Kart is atrocious. My God, I mean, it has historical value, but it's definitely hard to go back to.
Yeah.
The Game Boy Advance one is a joke. In Mario Kart 64, it plays well enough, but it still feels like clunkier Mario Kart, like older Mario Kart. Mario
Okay.
Kart Double Dash is it's probably where new modern Mario Kart started. And then Mario Kart Wii is like where Mario Kart 8 style Mario Kart started.
All right.
well.
So, yeah.
Well, it was fun, and
It
I
was
think they're
definitely
doing a
fun.
really good job
I like all the
releasing
remakes.
the waves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
because
the
they're
remakes.
looking really good.
They did really good. I think my favorite of the whole thing was the haunted Boo.
Oh, the
one that
ghost,
went
the
under the
one
water.
from Super
Yeah?
Circuit.
That was
I'm
dope.
trying to remember the name.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
How about you, Madman? Which one was your favorite board?
Shoot, favorite? That's a tough one. I was very happy to see Maple Treeway back.
Oh, that was cute.
And
Yeah,
what you
that was
notice is
good, too.
that in the beginning of the first wave, maybe second, they just brought the music from like point A to point B with doing very little.
Yeah.
But this whole wave, they redid all that music.
That's
all the
awesome.
necessary ones. So, you know.
So yeah,
That's
so that
pretty
was fun, and I'm glad we did that. And then obviously Madman released quite a few of his
Amiibo video.
Amiibo videos. We have a
Yes.
couple comic mixes, and then
And he
we
did-
got the Christmas special.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pac-Man's
Pac-Man's
Jolly
Jolly Mistake. He
Um,
really screwed up. Want
which
to see
was,
how? Yep, you gotta go watch it.
Yeah, which is cool. It's really cool. They're funny. They're good.
and
also
the
had a bunch of
shorts. He made a
shorts.
lot of shorts too.
A lot of shorts, man. There's some really like, dude,
Oh
this
my
right
gosh.
here. When you deliver the greatest roast of all time, yo, just watch it.
Yeah.
Just go to our shorts page, watch it. It's funny as, oh my god.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's so
You
good.
made a GIF or a meme out of it.
Yeah, I clipped
Did
a
you
part
know?
of it because it's so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, it's really really good. But these are really funny things.
Epic.
Yeah, you do a great job with them, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it.
But
Pretty
yeah, so
awesome.
listen, we
Oh,
have a
Black
big deal
Adam, we
going
took
on.
a
Oh yeah, I forgot about
protest.
Black Adam.
Yes.
Yo, we completely skipped it. Yo, right here, boom. So there's this new thing that we're trying out here. This thing called reviews versus reality. So this is the first one we did.
Well, your reality.
and
A lot of people
Well,
genuinely
the
didn't
only
like
that
Black
matters.
Adam.
what other reality would I be speaking of, Madman? Like the president's reality,
I
Jeff
don't know.
Bezos' reality.
Hey, Jeff Bezos' reality. Imagine if he liked Black Adam.
Yeah. So versus reality. Okay, what we deem to be reality. But it's basically our way of checking out when we see something like this particular one, we knew that it got bad reviews, and we don't agree.
No,
We
not
don't
at
agree
all.
with that. But you got to check them out. You got to watch it. It's really good. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think. That being said, after all these nice little pieces of content we've been putting out, we've been growing. So if you guys remember, we had a goal of hitting 300 by the end of November, which we did not do. It was 2 days after that we hit 300
Yes.
on December 2nd. Then we had a goal of hitting 350 by the end of this month,
Yes.
by the end of the year. So we're a little shy, okay? 348. So if you're listening right now and you have not hit this beautiful button right here, see this? It says subscribe, okay? You go ahead and you just take your mouse. It takes 2 seconds, right? Or your finger, wherever you're watching. And you just go right over that subscribe button, right? You just click that bad boy, like click, right? Now you're subscribed. Then you hit the bell. Boom. Now you know every time we release one of these bangers.
Yeah.
And then
Any
you're
of
good to
our
go.
videos.
Listen,
We have a lot of content.
We just want to get to 350 and we'll be happy. Now, that being said, give you a little sneak peek of, well, it's not actually, you're not going to see it, but a sneak listen or a before it happens news drop.
Ooh. I like it. I like it.
We will be doing our first giveaway.
Yes.
We're going to run it for the month of January,
Yes.
but there's a goal attached to it.
Of course.
Okay? And we believe it's an achievable goal. But I think
believe
we're going to
so.
give away some good stuff for it.
I think so.
So this is what's going to happen. We'll do a video for this, but
Yeah, with the details.
But just as a little bit of a thing, we're going to have a goal for the end of the month of January. And if we hit the goal, we're going to we're going to give away a video game. We will tell you what game that is when we do the announcement officially. There'll be a video for it specifically that talks about the giveaway. But then there'll be a secondary goal for that month.
Yes.
And if we hit that goal, we're going to be giving away something pretty big
And pretty awesome.
and pretty awesome.
That's it. That's all we're going to say.
That's all we're going to say. You got to watch the video when we come out with it.
What'll it be?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Could it be?
So
Grand Theft
that's
Auto
going to
5?
be coming out soon. But again, right now, the here and now, where we live and breathe this very moment, hit that subscribe button. Be a friend.
Mhm.
Be a pal. Share it out with your friends. Okay. Get us
Who
over that
knows?
350
If you
mark.
subscribe, you might win a copy of Fling Smash. We'll see what happens. All right.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Only the greatest
also-
Wii game of all time, except it's really bad.
Also, before we hop into the nitty gritty, real quick, just shout out our buddy over here, Purple Berry.
Yes.
Purple Berry.
Her channel's going nice and strong. So if you want to hop over there, it's Purple Berry Crafts, and give her a follow, that'll be great.
That'll be awesome.
But that is it, my friend. That is the end of
Not the podcast.
housekeeping. Housekeeping.
There we go.
Okay, that was the end of housekeeping.
Trying to scare people how to run away. Oh my god. No, please don't end this new. Okay, so can we get to the topics?
Let's get
Let's
to the
go.
topics, my
All
friend.
right, let's get on with the first one. Ash Ketchum from the iconic Pokemon franchise leaves after 25 years of playing the role as the protagonist in the popular series. The reins will be taken by dual protagonists Liko and Roy. This will take effect in January of 2023, and the new series will continue immediately after the finale of Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, I think, on Netflix. So, CMoney, you did watch Pokemon in your youth. So, how do you feel about this?
In your youth.
In my youth. Damn. That's cold. But I did.
Ooh.
I did used to watch Pokemon back when it was new.
The only
And
anime you will
cool.
tolerate.
Well, I used to, not anymore. But yeah, I used to watch it back when the first 150 or first 100, whatever the number was, were the only Pokemons, and they didn't have weird made up names after a while. But yeah, it was great. And the fact that he's retiring, first of all, he looks identical, and I'm glad he's done because it's annoying to see him stay young while
But
I'll
the voice
age.
is aging.
Doesn't make any sense. All these people, they look identical. Let's move on. Let's get them a beard. You know what I'm saying?
So is the
Get him a goatee.
character gone completely, or are they just replacing
They
the
didn't
voice?
specify, meaning that he might come back in a cameo, but for now, he's done. He's
Well,
just
can
done.
they at
just
least
said-
make his last episode with some gray hair, a little goatee?
He's 11 years old now.
Shit. He's like Benjamin Button.
Well,
Oh my
no,
God.
he aged backwards.
Yeah, it's like I feel like he started old and ended up new. Look at these people. I don't even know who
Imagine.
they are. These young bucks.
Well, this can mean a lot, right? So either it's taking a direction that he no longer wants to be a part of. Maybe he's done playing the character, and after a while, it's like it's 25
I'm sure
years.
it's not
That's
the
not
same guy.
very.
It's
And
not the
anyway,
same
they've
guy.
all been females. playing
Oh, so
Ash.
it's not the
Yeah,
actor.
no. They're
it's
retiring
the
Ash
actually,
Ketchum.
Character is literally done.
Oh,
being-
wow.
So I think he's old. And I don't mean old like
No. I
age, old, like,
understand.
the young bucks need
Yes.
something new. So that's what it is.
Well, I'm glad that the new protagonist is a female.
And
Well, it's dual.
and she's gonna
Yeah,
have
it
a
is.
Give it to
counterpart
just a
named
girl. You should
Roy,
know that,
who's a
Mike.
male.
They have to have a strong male presence in order for there to be
Like,
any type
hey,
of woman.
female.
In the
Whoa,
forefront.
where's your male accomplice? Which, to be
But-
fair, Ash always had some sort of friend or friends that accompanied him on his journey. So this is to be expected.
Well, let me ask you a question. Where's the announcement that Misty is retiring?
Oh, she'll probably pop up.
Or
She's gonna be a
Brock?
grandma
Nobody's
now.
mentioning them, right? Only Ash.
Or Brock. Ugh. Who knows? I mean, Brock never opened his eyes. He probably doesn't even know he's there. So, All right.
All right. Well, yeah, that's
That's pretty rad if you
That's
ask me,
cool.
right?
that's cool.
You gotta
Okay.
get with the times. Time to move on, right?
Agreed.
I guess so. All right. So, next topic.
Oh, damn.
Spy Family movie and season 2 are confirmed for 2023.
I literally just
Huh?
deleted it. Recently closed.
Oh, you're not clicking? It's all right. It happens
just
to the
took
best
place.
of us.
Recently. This is going crazy. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, yeah. Movie and season 2 confirmed for 2023. The movie will be an original story, and season 2 will continue the manga storyline. So, Spy Family has become a very popular series. It started in 2022 and has since amassed a fan base and popularity. It's generally been one of Crunchyroll's biggest series in quite a while, and I think that this is to be expected. And the fact that it's growing is a very good thing. I haven't been to check it out. Have not checked it out yet. I had zero interest in it whatsoever. But apparently it's really funny. And I'm like, I'll probably get to it eventually. But, this seems pretty dang rad. So, and Anya is pretty adorable. Also has
Yeah.
a punchable face. So, what do you guys think?
What?
She's pretty adorable, but also has a very punchable face.
Why would she have a punchable? What is? I can't even comment on that.
yeah,
What do you think you're saying? It's a little girl.
It's misdirection. Jeez.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Explain that to the police officer who shows up after you say the little kid has a punchable face. Like,
Officer, I didn't mean to. It just
what
happened.
are you talking about?
All right,
But
the
the
teaser, you
character-
can see that obviously there's a lot coming. The movie, I think, has a poster already or something like that, if you look that up. So, they obviously plans are moving forward. Big stuff is happening. So, we should be ready.
Well, I've heard here and there about the show, and I heard it's really funny. I have not seen it yet, but we did look it up. Remember, we were watching a couple of
Clips of it.
little
Yeah,
clips.
yeah, for sure. It actually looks
Pretty
good.
decent.
So that's
Let me see, I'm looking up a
was
synopsis
very,
right now. Okay, so
pleasantly
the general,
surprised.
yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised.
so the general summary is a spy on an undercover mission gets married and adopts a child as part of his cover. His wife and daughter have secrets of their own, and all three must strive to keep together. The daughter has telekinesis, and the wife is an assassin who has her own mission. But he doesn't know she has a mission of her own. But so yeah, they're both
Yeah.
oblivious.
So it reminded me a little bit of like obviously
Mrs.
with
Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously they didn't adopt a kid, but they did have
The
that
general
whole-
idea
Yeah.
is similar.
So
I think
that's really cool. When was this? Is this like a manga or?
it's a comic, yes.
So when did this start?
I think it started in October. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure October. It's fairly recent.
So it's a brand new like book and show.
No, I mean the comic probably started a little while before, but I think that it started on April 9th, and then part 2 of the first season started in October. So yeah, it's been out for a little bit by now. Not too long, but long enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's pretty cool. I will check it out at some point. Not tomorrow, not today, but one day. So
I mean, it looks cool. It's just hard for me to wrap my head around like sitting down to watch this show. But
yeah,
I saw like when we watched the preview, it looked really good. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
it
pretty
did.
hard to consider Spy Family when Chainsaw Man's out right now, and I could not care about anything other. But it's over this week, so basically, I'll probably get around checking out Spy Family. And also, I've been, one day after I finish Attack on Titan and Arcane, I want to finish.
okay.
And My Hero Academia.
So
And
it's
then
not
I'll
happening.
maybe
Got it.
get to Spy Family.
Got it. Okay, thanks. Not happening. We understand it all.
No.
Next topic.
So first you gotta.
And I got to finish all of the Clone Wars. And then and only then will I check out Spy Family.
Oh man!
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Well, soon enough.
Good.
Let us
Very
know
good.
how that goes.
Bro, we're cruising right now. Okay, so next topic. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is officially slated for a fall 2023 release. So, not to get confused with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, this is Insomniac Spider-Man 2, the video game. And yes, it's coming officially fall 2023. Let's see if PlayStation pulls some fucking stupidish on us and postpones it to 2027, but hopefully that won't happen. So, I think we should be all right. I'm excited. The main villain here is Venom, which after getting Mr. Negative, Venom is a big step up, and the symbiote will be a huge part of this story. It will have both Peter Parker and Miles playing as dual protagonists. Sorry, I'm choking on my excitement. So, yeah. Let's see if they handle the Venom storyline better, because Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 was notorious for having a pretty poor Venom storyline, and the whole movie was just pretty bad, apparently. So, yeah. Let's see if they pull it off. Do you think you guys can do it?
Well, I mean, they can't go wrong with a Spider-Man game. They are usually really, really good.
Well, I mean, there have been pretty bad Spider-Man games, but the Insomniac ones, like PS4 Spider-Man and Miles Morales, those two have been pretty dang exceptional, taking the page from the Arkham series. So I think that this is going to be another step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, that's dope. You saw that? That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think the actual game themselves, they do well.
Yes.
A lot of people love the Spider-Man games.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was
looks
really good. It was really good. I'm excited for you to try it when we do a nice Doodles Never Have I Ever. I think that's going to be really fun for you to try. I did enjoy
Ooh.
Spider-Man and Miles Morales, and I think they're going to do great. Insomniac, they're pretty amazing. They know what they're doing. They know how to do it well. You can trust when they are making something that it's going to be good. I am very interested in seeing gameplay. Looks like it's going to be, this upcoming year. So I would imagine if it's coming out fall, that come around E3, probably sometime after E3, they'll show us, the gameplay for it. But I think it's going to be great. I'm really hoping that they push the PlayStation 5.
Push
I
it to
want
its
to
limits.
see
Yeah, I think that they
a-
will.
I wanna see
Insomniac,
real
Ratchet and
next gen.
Clank was not pushing it to the limits. Well, what loading times? They had to be short for a good experience. Like, okay. Well, I think that Rift Apart could have worked on the PS4 fine. But I think that this will be the true excuse to be exclusive to PS5.
Well, I mean, that's the hope, right? I hope that they actually go ahead and do that. Because, like, crap, man, it's time. It's time.
Come on, we gotta have
I want to see it.
Will this be the first true next-gen title to be continued?
Like, I don't think what we saw here, like, they're showing this as if these are screenshots of the game, which I don't believe. You know, I think this is just CG.
That's
if
CGI.
it looks like that, if it looks like that, then that's great. I mean, I can. When I say I don't believe it, I could believe it, but
They could do it, but
just so long
is
ago.
it done?
Remember,
Yeah.
CMoney,
That way,
seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing.
Yep. Like,
Okay.
Okay, Santa. okay.
Merry Christmas.
We can believe all we want, but if they didn't put the time and work into making it for the PlayStation 5 and making it look a certain way, then it just won't.
Like, I'm just
no matter how
really
much
want
you
them to do
believe in it. But this looks good. What they've released right now. The question is this the actual game?
That's the question.
You know, that's the real question, because a lot of times they throw out a preview or a video of something and it's not the actual way that when you're actually playing the game, it's not the way that it looks.
Agreed.
Now, I did read somewhere, and I wish I had paid more attention because I kind of just looked through it, but they were saying how Xbox did have the chance of signing on with Spider-Man and like getting the game before PlayStation did or something like that, and they kind of passed on it. I don't know if you know anything about that. Is that true?
I mean, Sony has owned
Or is
the
this just
Spider-Man rights for a
coming
long
up
time.
because of the whole
So
thing?
what they might be referencing is Insomniac. Maybe Xbox had a chance to buy Insomniac or partner with them to do Sunset Overdrive Part 2.
Okay.
Which is a possibility.
Sure, I forgot about
they
Sunset
couldn't-
Overdrive.
I don't think they had any opportunity to do Spider-Man because unless they were part of the battle to get Spider-Man when Sony first got him, but I don't think so.
Nah, no, they couldn't have been. That was like a long time ago, back when like the Raimi movies were coming out. That was before then, actually.
All right.
It seems like the late 90s, I think. That's when they got him.
Well, hopefully this comes out and
Blows
does
us all
really
away.
well. I'm really excited for.
And remember,
this
Insomniac is also working on Marvel's Wolverine. So have they got a little too much on their plate? I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do know that they are capable of making 2 games at the same time because they pretty much came out with Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and then right after
Ratchet
and Clank. So
ripped apart. So yeah, they could do it.
the
But let's
question
see that
is do
quality.
they have the Ratchet and Clank team making Wolverine?
Oh my god.
Or
like, hey, we work with anthropomorphic animals. We can do this. Don't worry. I mean, hey, we shouldn't be dogging too much. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was nominated for Game of the Year.
that means nothing.
Still. I mean, Miles Morales wasn't nominated. So yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, the people like the Wombats more than the spider.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. We'll find out later this year what's going on with that. What's
All
next,
right.
my friend?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I blanked out for a second. Next topic. A new 2D Mario video game has been leaked. Now, to be clear, this is not a new Super Mario Brothers installment. It's just a Super Mario Brothers game that is played in 2D or 2.5D most likely. And it will feature Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach as playable characters. It will mark Peach's first time as a playable character in a 2D Mario game since Super Mario Bros. 2, also known as Super Mario Bros. USA in other parts of the world, and is expected to release late 2023, early 2024. So yeah, what do you guys think?
I think that would be pretty freaking awesome.
I mean,
Sign me up.
yeah, I mean, a new Mario game is a new Mario game. I don't mean if it's going to be good, it's going to
Now
be good.
look at the release date, 2023 to 2024. Could this also be on new Nintendo hardware?
I mean, that will be the goal of life for me to see a new Switch and have new games come to it.
Maybe new games. Maybe it'll just be a bunch of old games.
Well, I would really like them to be able to have some separation where they come out with a new Switch, have some new games that are on the Switch that take advantage of it. If it's just going to be cross-gen with the original Switch, then it might as well just only come out on the original Switch because it's not going to take advantage of it in any meaningful
Exactly.
way.
Look, it's stupid. It's beyond stupid for them to drop the Switch and just delve for their next gen audience. Because then there goes the money. You see, there's a trend with Nintendo. Wii, massive success. Wii U, disgusting disappointment. N64, moderate success. GameCube, an utter failure. The NES, big success. Super Nintendo, successful, but not nearly as successful. Their next console is always a disappointment. So, yeah, this next console could flop miserable, and they just run back crying to their original Nintendo Switch and start supporting it. What they should do is just cross-support, and that'll just be a happy way of life. And then have, like, some random big game only for next gen for the core fan base, and then that's it.
Now, what do you guys do? It is a pattern, essentially. So, like, what do you guys think causes this? Like,
it's competition. You see, the NES sold like 60-something million units or whatnot, but that's because that it was either that or nothing. A master system, an Atari, something like, oh, come on. And that is pathetic. When a Super Nintendo came out, it sold like 40-something million, 49 maybe million units. But that's because the Sega Genesis came out, and that was a big competitor to Nintendo. And that was the first time they actually faced a real threat. And the N64 sold like 32 million, roughly 32 million units. And that's when the PlayStation 1 came out, which that went on to sell 100 plus million units. That's insane, with over 7,000 video games, while the N64 barely had over 300 in their library. The GameCube, 22 million. And now the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox were coming out. The original Xbox sold 2 million more units at 24 million units altogether, which for a new entry into the fray, that's pretty huge. And they beat out Nintendo's console. And the PS2 just went on to become like the best-selling console of all time, 155. Nothing was touching it. The Wii, that's when things started to turn around. And they sold over 100 plus million units. And then PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 didn't come close to that. I mean, sort of close, but not close enough, like 80 million each or something like that. So then the Wii U came out, and they thought they could do anything. And then it went on to sell 12 million, which was pathetic, especially considering the Xbox One sold like 50 million. The PS4 is still selling units at like 100 something right now. And now the Nintendo Switch is blowing minds. I think it crossed 100. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And now the Xbox Series and PS5 are still like in their earlier stages. Is not really fair. I don't think there's an official number right now, but they're in the millions. They're picking up steam. So, and more consoles are coming out. So, as you can tell, Nintendo's had a unpredictable history. They're all over the map. That's not including portables. So, yeah.
now the big question is, do you guys really think that they're going to release a brand new system and have a 2D Mario game?
If they're going to do something unique with it, yeah.
Like maybe a hand-drawn Mario game, like with a hand-drawn style. That could be
no. Why?
That'd be something unique.
Why would they do that with a brand new system? Say, man, we got so much power. Let's put this shit on paper.
Like Ori. Like Ori in the Blind Forest. That was a very hand-drawn style.
Fuck out of here. Oh my God. Ori's on the Switch.
Exactly.
So it can already work there. We don't want them to do the same shit. We want them to do something better. That being said, this is just a leak. And this guy, I guess he had brought it up back in August of this past year. And I guess he's saying that there's going to be a new art style is what you're saying. That's supposed to surprise people. I don't know. I don't know what's going to surprise people with, unless it's real. Unless they're like real Mario.
Hey, it's just a fat plumber,
the most
man,
realistic people ever created, but it's 2D.
Okay.
Or it's 1D. You can't see anything.
I don't know. This guy, his track record is not perfect though. So, he's gotten things right. He's gotten things wrong. So, as much as it's cool to be excited for it, it's just a leak. This is not official. And, at the end of the day, shit, we're still waiting for Metroid.
Metroid Prime 4. All right. I keep betting every year. I'm like, the Game Awards come around. I'm like, this is the year. We're getting Metroid Prime 4, boys. It never happens. I'm starting to lose faith. So, maybe next year will be the year. Who knows? Ugh, God, I'm tired of waiting.
Well, I'm tired of waiting for the next topic.
Exactly.
Let's go.
All right. So, next topic. The first trailer for the upcoming The Flash will premiere at the Super Bowl 57. Yes, this is hype. The Flash has been getting incredible test audience reactions. And people compared it to the likes of Spider-Man No Way Home and The Dark Knight. So basically, this is something we should keep our eye on. This we should not overlook. This could blow our minds potentially. And it will also feature Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck's Batmans. And will be a whole multiversal collaboration of excitement and prison. What do you guys think?
Prison. This is exactly what I'm thinking. Like, this is crazy. There's so much anticipation for this movie. And like, it's supposed to be phenomenal and a game changer. And like, this guy's getting ready for prison.
Maybe he'll strangle Batman.
Like,
This doesn't make any sense.
this is insane.
He's already been fired along with the other DC characters. So basically, this movie doesn't mean much. But hopefully
Holy
the
crap.
quality will be enough to make it worth a watch. Which it seems as that's the case.
Did you know that Rihanna's going to be performing
What for
the Super Bowl?
that will be awesome.
I mean,
Oh,
she
snap.
actually made a song for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Lift Me Up, I think. So she's been coming up again a bit, making appearances.
Yeah, that's her big comeback live performance. Okay, Rihanna.
That's awesome.
So the Flash is going to happen at the same time as Rihanna's comeback.
Ooh,
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We'll
I mean,
see
I
who takes
don't-
more
And then he's
attention.
gonna go to
Ezra
jail.
Miller
I
or
mean, he's
Rihanna?
already he has to be in jail already. I don't know what's
He's not
going
in
on.
jail. He's facing a I think it's court right now. Meaning that if he loses, he's going to jail for 27 years. I mean, that guy ain't coming out for a long time. So this guy must be praying that he doesn't get locked up.
But didn't he
has
like
to win his
confess to what he did?
He didn't confess. I mean, I mean, I don't know all the details, but if he confessed, he'd be in jail by now. So yeah, he can't just confess and be like, "Hey, I take it back." But I mean, you could, but it's complicated. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'm right now with the way everything's going with James Gunn switching things up and doing this stuff. It's kind of like
I mean, really,
it's like whatever. If this is a good movie, great. But just like Black Adam, I thought was amazing, and it's like
it won't
dead
matter
now.
anymore.
So it's
and
like
Shazam, Fury of
Yeah,
the Gods that
super
comes out this
annoying.
year
Yeah, like-
will literally mean nothing to the DC
Now
universe.
Yeah,
we've
like, what
been
does it matter?
saying that it's great for him to come and shake things up and all this stuff, but then we watched Black Adam and we're like, all right, well, he didn't think this was good. Like,
yeah,
this
like,
was scratched off. This is done. Like, this
At
was
least
now
we'll
I'm
get
a
some
little
good movies
concerned
out of
because it seems like he's mostly just concerned with his legacy, like leaving
Yeah,
his
like
mark. So
he's
he wants to delete
trying to just-
everything that's good.
Yes, he's trying to reset and make sure that everything moving from then, like from
Listen,
now
before I
on,
watched
it's
Black
just,
Adam,
it has his.
I was
his
on
stamp
board with
of-
that idea.
Yeah, I
Like,
was
go ahead,
too.
scratch everything. Let's start new. But it's like, yo,
I'm a
Black
little
Adam was
annoyed
fire.
that that's out.
Like it makes no sense, and he's leaving the Flash.
Oh, the Flash. I mean, really, what they're doing right now is really just releasing anything that was made before James Gunn came on board.
Well, remember
So
they're
Flash is gonna
cutting.
come out. Shazam, Fury of the Gods will come out. It's something else that I'm probably not remembering. And,
Well, they're
yeah, that's
cutting Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. Their cameo.
They're what?
Their cameo in the
From-
Flash. They're
No
cutting them
way.
out. Yeah, they're
Get out of here. They
Yeah.
want like nothing to do with these
They
people.
pretty much putting a gun to both their heads
Well,
and
Ben
pulling the
Affleck's
trigger.
Batman stays probably because he's a key part of the story. So,
Well, yeah, I think that maybe the reason why they're cutting them off is because if you watch Black Adam at the end is set up for the next movie.
So if they just keep making him
Yep.
keep pop up everywhere, they're gonna be like, "Well, where are all the plot holes?" And people are gonna start getting confused.
So I think that they can't just, if they know that this is done, they have to take that out because if it's a setup for the next movie that's supposed to include them and they're not planning to have them back.
no,
then,
like
you
Black
know.
Adam not being like a lot of people didn't care about Black Adam, so him just being in there is like, who's gonna watch it anyway? But Flash is getting a lot of attention, so I think that this will do pretty well in the box office.
I mean,
I'm
to
very
be fair,
interested to
Black
see.
Adam, people were interested in Black Adam before it came out too.
Yes, but that's my
just
thing,
that
right?
the trash reviews
I'm very
and the
interested
lackluster
to
box
see
office.
how this all plays out because Black Adam just had like horrible reviews, but I'm sure I didn't have much interest in seeing it. And then obviously it came to HBO and you guys brought it up and I was like, all right, I'll watch it. But because of the reviews, I wasn't for it. But like this is getting gassed up.
Yeah, and it's going to let us down.
And
Just like all the other movies that they get gassed up.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like,
look at Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold up.
Look
What
at
about
Wakanda
that?
Forever.
That one actually got good reviews. So
But it
for
doesn't
all we
matter
know,
about
it could
the
exceed your
point.
expectations even more.
The point is that it didn't do
The
good.
reviews don't necessarily matter.
I mean, it's getting pre-nominated for 5 Oscars. So I don't know.
Okay,
Ant-Man,
so
now,
let me
here's
ask you
the
a
thing.
question. Did we not have a whole topic about it when it first dropped?
What?
Did we not? Did we not have a whole conversation about Wakanda Forever when it first dropped?
I don't remember if that made it into the podcast. Probably did.
Absolutely made it to the podcast. We were talking about it and how it's not living up to the expectations or the hype or whatever it is.
Now, the problem is that, to be fair, Black Panther, the original, set as a obscenely high bar. It was definitely one of the best solo superhero movies out there. Like, it was really great. So a sequel, especially with the lead out of the picture, is obviously going to fall a little bit underneath it. From people I've heard, it feels more like a tribute movie than an actual movie. So yeah, I mean, Marvel, they're pulling out the big guns next year. Phase 5. So what happens is that after the disappointment of Phase 4, they're determined to make sure to have quality over quantity. So they're releasing 5 movies next year. Yeah, it's complicated, but apparently the trailers look pretty decent for these. But, hopefully, whether they're good or not, we're just going to have to see. But Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is James Gunn's final Marvel movie, The Marvels, Kraven the Hunter, and a bunch of Marvel shows like What If Season 2, Secret Invasion, Loki Season 2,
Kraven the Hunter.
Yup, he's getting a movie next.
From Spider-Man Part 2. He's the bad guy in the new game.
Yeah, October
Interesting.
6th.
Interesting. Okay.
So basically, the idea is that Kraven's part of the Sonyverse. However, Sony is no stranger to the Marvel universe because after No Way Home, they confirmed that Sony's universe does play into the MCU, and the Venom was actually confirmed to be canon in the post-credit scene. And there was a credit scene in Venom: Let There Be Carnage. At the very end, he gets literally teleported into the MCU for like a blip second after, I think it was after the Spider-Man kept harassing Doctor Strange, and after all the villains came into No Way Home, Venom got in there somehow, but he just went to a bar instead of go chasing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I remember at the end.
But he left behind the symbiote, and that teases Spider-Man 4. Basically, I think that Tom Holland will definitely get the symbiote in some way, shape, or form. That'll definitely happen, and I'm so excited for that. Oh my god, it's gonna be so exciting. So yeah. Kraven the Hunter, one of the writers said that Spider-Man will come face to face with him. Which Spider-Man? That's debatable. But I think that Marvel is bringing out the big guns. DC has only 2 movies next year. So clearly, they're just dumping out all the garbage they have left in the vault and shit like that. So
well, DC is gonna, I assume that now with the whole reset, it's gonna take them a little bit of to get going, right? A little bit of time.
And that's not even including Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which, while it's not connected to the MCU, is a super hyped up movie. So the Marvel's got a pretty amazing year ahead of them.
I mean, amazing is...
Well, assuming everything lives up.
Just saying amazing because they have movies coming out doesn't make it amazing. Just means that they have movies coming out. We don't know if it's amazing until the movies are out and we see if they're good.
It'll be amazing for the box office. Spider-Man No Way Home made $2 billion post-pandemic, mind you. So Across the Spider-Verse could be looking at some meaty numbers. So, yeah.
Are you talking about the Miles Morales one?
Yeah.
You're talking about the cartoon?
It'll be as successful, but it'll definitely be very successful. It could reach $1 billion. It's not impossible. The original one didn't do as much financially, but the reviews were so amazing, and the fact that it won multiple Oscars, I think it lost an Oscar with Sunflower.
That they decided they wanted to throw it all away and release a second one that looks like trash.
Hey, you don't know if it's actually trash. You know how many times you judge something by a trailer?
It looks like trash.
Well, there are times where
you looks from me. My eyes can see.
Didn't you have this whole thing with Cyberpunk Edge Runners, how you claimed the trailer looked like pure disgusting garbage, and then you were blown away by the actual show?
Actually, if you remember, Little Grasshopper, I didn't say it looked that way. I said I didn't care for how they were doing it because what they showed was just a bunch of crazy murder all tied up really close together, and it just seemed over the top and unnecessary.
For
That
me,
was the issue, not the
I-
actual show.
For me, I was hoping that it was like live action, like it wasn't animation.
I'm still
So-
hoping because guess what? Guess what? It was so good. We never went back to watch it.
We did not.
Hey, you did
but
go
it
back.
Was,
We did
You just
not.
haven't finished it.
It was.
Yeah,
It was
we
good,
never went back.
But yeah,
Supposedly the ending is heartbreaking, and a lot of people say that just for the ending alone, you should stick around for it. It's only 9 episodes.
Get out of here. Just for the ending?
Not just for the
to
ending like
get
that.
through the whole
Obviously,
show,
people
we
really
should stick
enjoyed it,
around
but
for the whole
clearly
show.
the ending hit
for
really
the
hard.
ending scene.
Oh my God, what a concept. They're so unique in thinking that all these people who make these TV shows, why don't they just tell us that we should stick around
Oh
to
my
stick
God.
around?
So now
Like,
you're
you should stick
hating.
around to the
Wow.
end so you can watch the whole show. Get the fuck out of here.
That's one heck of a selling point.
Yo,
though.
yo, guys,
Listen,
you gotta
guys.
see the ending. So you should watch the whole series.
You may not like
It's only
the whole
9
thing.
episodes, honestly.
Oh my God.
It is.
What a
It's not
concept.
that long, and the
Well, I mean, we could listen. There are definitely 9 nights that I'm planning to sleep, so we could throw it right on because it'll have me out in a heartbeat.
Wow, look who's dogging on it now.
Well,
Back
I mean,
to the
listen,
same old ways.
listen. We could just talk and pretend like we're so into stuff, right? Oh man, Cyberpunk, we're so into it. But the fact of the matter is that it was cool when we first watched it. We were hyped when we watched it.
listen,
And
when
then we never went
didn't-
back.
we
So if we
didn't
wanted
want
to watch it, we could. Guess what? When The Circle comes out, the Circle just came out, right?
Oh
When
my
we
gosh,
start watching
wait,
that,
no, I think
At the time of
this-
recording, it comes out tomorrow.
It's
Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah.
So let's put it this way: when The Circle comes out tomorrow, and we put it on and we watch it for like 9 hours, and then we wake up the next morning and finish watching it, right? That is us giving a crap about something.
I mean, I
This
still want to finish
show
Arcane.
is just
It's, you
there's
know.
something about it that's not catching us. And I can tell you what it probably is. It's because it's a cartoon.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
beautifully animated.
It is
Yeah, but
beautifully
it's like-
animated, and the actual story, like
The story's pretty good. Some people think that people who played both Cyberpunk 2077 and watched the show completely, some people thought David was a better protagonist in V. Like the narrative was more interesting.
I'm sure
Yeah.
those people also didn't play the game.
People who played the game, that's the point. People who played both thought that David was a more endearing protagonist, and his side of the story as an edge runner was more interesting.
That's funny
Listen,
because I
I
played the
did-
game and I enjoyed the whole thing.
No,
Just
that-
watching
but
it
I
and
did-
not.
That's some stuff I've heard from
I
people who
did
played both.
See, look, at first I wasn't interested because of it was animated, and for some reason, like it has to be exceptional for me to really
Like beyond exceptional.
Yes,
because
like-
I think this is exceptional. It has to be beyond. Like
Yeah.
it really has to be
like
something.
that movie Weathering with
Yes,
You.
Weathering
Like that
with
was freaking amazing.
was.
But then we did watch the first episode and
And it was
we were
dope.
super into it
Yeah.
and we were planning to go ahead and finish it. But the second round of it, it kind of it didn't like
Like it lost the luster.
Yeah, it did a
like
bit.
the first one was like, oh wow, look at what they're doing. Then the second one was like, oh wow, they're still doing it.
Yeah. Now,
You know what I'm saying? Because
this
like I
is the
said,
thing. Like we did the same thing with what's that show that we watch?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Thank you.
You guys
I'm
did it.
thinking
You
of
guys saw the first
Karate
episode. You
Kid.
didn't even want to bother
And
again. But because I was so obnoxious about it and how much I love Cobra Kai, you guys are like, fine, Jesus Christlers will watch it. And then you guys end up really liking it by the end.
So we started watching that show and we watched the first because
that was
we
the-
had
to
like
be fair,
what
that was
4
a-
seasons.
That was another season. That's not the first one. The first time.
No, it was season 5 when it came back.
Yeah, the
it kind of
season 5,
started
we
off
put it
a
on,
little
and it was
weak.
like, all right, well, this is not great.
So we watched the first episode, right? And we were like, oh, whoa, what turn have this show taken, right?
Mhm.
And then we kind of stopped for a bit. And then we ended up going back into it and ended up getting super into it and finishing the season.
but it's not like for like because we're already 5 seasons into that show. So we already knew that we liked it. It's just like we weren't feeling this season.
Yeah,
and we had
how
to
they
get
started,
through.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is just a completely new show. And again, I'm not saying the show is
Listen,
bad.
we're
I'm saying
committed to Cobra Kai right now because we are 5 seasons deep, right? It's like
I'm gonna
being
watch
in a
whatever it is.
relationship. We're going to get through the rough times, all right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
It's just, listen, it's just, again, the same way I talk about video games or whatever it is. Like, I can say a game is good all I want. But if when I go to say, all right, I want to play a game, if the game is not calling me saying, hey, come play me and finish me, then it's not, then I really don't like it like that, right? Like, I can appreciate something without actually
I get that.
caring
Like,
for
because
it
the
that much.
graphics were beautiful for like the cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk was dope,
The
but it's
story
just
seemed
not
to
like
go pretty well, but it wasn't pulling back type of thing, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure if we said to ourselves, all right, let's force ourselves to
do
watch it.
Yeah, and then
Sure, we'll like it. The
you
problem
get
is that we
hooked
have
at
to
some point. Yeah.
It's just that initial forcing is where it's like, well, if there was no other options, that's different. But there's
just
plenty of
so
shit that
much
we can
that
watch
comes
or
out,
play
yeah.
or do that doesn't require us to force ourselves to watch it or do it.
I get it. I did that. That happened to me once. Well, when I first saw Sora Online, the first episode was kind of just mediocre, and it just got. And I kind of like, all right, I heard it gets better. Just watch it, and it did end up being a great series by the time it was done. So I guess you had to have patience for a certain stuff.
Well, you have to have the desire to do it, and that's the bigger thing.
And I think when it's a little slower, where there's not that much going on, then it's a lot easier. But like when there's like so much coming out, so much
like
content.
I know for a fact when Mandalorian season 3 comes back, it all stops. We're gonna watch
you are so hyped
I'm
for
so
that.
excited for it. Right, CMoney?
Yes.
I am. Yeah. Mandalorian. Yeah.
It's coming back.
But
Oh
again,
my
but see, that's the thing, right? Investment has already taken place, right? So like season 3, we're down. Season 1 was amazing. Season 2,
even
was
better.
Really, 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 really dope. Like so good.
This it's in the series finale, season finale with Grogu. It was icing on the cake. So I think
so I would be really excited to see where season 3 goes. And if the first episode is not great, I'll still
keep watching
carry through it because
we sold our soul because we watched 2 seasons.
But
so,
but it's just again,
is Jon Favreau really gonna let us down?
I hope not.
Can you imagine this is the worst season I've ever seen? Nah. I mean, we gotta watch
you guys are
Andor.
hooked.
That's supposed to be really good as well.
We have to watch what?
Andor, Star Wars Andor. That is supposed to be like the next Mandalorian in this. Maybe not as popular, but it's the best Star Wars series since then, and it looks really good. So yeah.
I mean, there's still so much that I would like to watch, and that's with the Star Wars stuff that came to Disney Plus. But it's like time, bro. Like time is
they just
very
don't
limited.
stop.
They keep coming out with new ones. It's like, bro, like what? I don't know. Andor, I want to try. Yes, I want to see how that is. We'll see.
That looked really good. I saw the preview.
Yeah, it looked good. I don't know.
And more of my cup of tea.
Like it's less. That's the thing. Mandalorian and Andor, they kind of look. They're definitely Star Wars, but they don't structure themselves to be Star Wars series. Mandalorian is more like a Western. Andor feels more like almost like a take on fascism and stuff like that, and it's almost like a new perspective on Star Wars.
Fascism?
Yeah, it's fighting against.
Are you talking about fascism?
That one, right? I said it right.
Fascism.
Right? I thought they were just against faces. Nah. That word always sounded weird.
Oh, that was good.
All right. What can I say?
So the Flash is exciting.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
we're
Super
talking about
Bowl.
the Flash. I forgot.
Okay, so
Don't worry.
topic next, please.
Topic number something else. All right, next topic. PlayStation fanboys file against Xbox Activision acquisition. The PlayStation boys just don't stop. Yep, I know. If you couldn't get enough of these creeps, then they decide to go on and sue them for everything they've got.
What?
It's a bit much. Oh,
maybe. What do you guys think about this nonsense?
Well, I mean, it's just, it's really not even worth talking about too much, but I wanted to bring it up just because of the like audacity.
This is insane. Yes.
These kids
Low life
have.
pieces of shit.
And I say kids because it's like, that's the most childish, stupid shit thing you could do. 10 people said, you know what? I'm going to take the money we have, all the pennies I've been scraping up and saving, to run ahead and go and try to literally sue Microsoft because they want to spend their money to buy a company who makes Call of Duty.
Yeah. That's a lot of freaking
Bruh.
investment.
Because you think they're going to become too powerful?
That's a lot of
too
investment.
mighty.
Don't they think that maybe it's cheaper to just go buy an Xbox if they do make it exclusive?
Seriously, dude.
Than to start up a freaking lawsuit?
Like, dude, like how stupid can you, like, you really think you're going to do something with this? Like, you think people are going to be like, yo,
This is going to be the next movement, yo.
These 10 people are coming at you hard.
Oh
Dude,
no,
so stupid.
This
Bill
is the
Gates, you better lock up your doors.
The crazy thing is that PlayStation's not suing them. Like, they're not even, like, they're trying to stop them, but they're not like, all right,
They're
we're
not
going to
that
sue
serious.
them.
They're more like pleading, like, hey, consider this. Consider the children. Like they're just basically trying to guilt them, but, you know, they don't care.
Listen, I understand everyone being a fan of whatever they're a fan of. I don't understand though, like, this situation going on over here. First of all, I don't understand why this cannot be just dealt with and let's just move on. This is crazy that it's taking this long, and I don't know, like, what is there to like understand when it comes to like the numbers and everything else with Microsoft just trying to buy Activision. That should have just, unless there's something I don't know.
We're going to cover that
But-
in the next couple of topics that we're
Okay,
talking
because like this is the fact that this is still lingering. It's
about. Yeah.
beyond belief. But like the fact that people are literally using their money to go and sue, that's just to show you how this back and forth that like they want to be so transparent about affects the fans and like the people out there, that they think that they should go ahead and use their money to go sue Xbox or
I mean, like, these
Microsoft.
PlayStation fanboys are so
Yeah,
sad,
like this is
and they're crying because of the idea that a company is buying Call of Duty and that will give them power, and then they will feel like they'll have a harder time talking shit to Xbox fans about
like the
the
fact
lack
that
of games.
Jim Ryan is trying to stop this. Obviously, this is old business, but for people to follow this and take their money,
Like, they
and
have
make
no skin in the game. Like, they have
Yeah,
nothing to
like,
gain.
like
It's so stupid.
Just go and either like the game is going to be on PlayStation,
Yeah,
and if it somehow is not, then just use the money that you were going to use for your next PlayStation and buy an Xbox or get both systems. It'll be much cheaper than filing a freaking lawsuit against Microsoft. Like,
Yeah. So let me read
that's what's
what
sad
they
for me.
what they're
Like the
bitching
fact
about
that
over
these
here.
people out there are getting so affected and consumed by this whole back and forth with PlayStation and Microsoft.
Yes, agreed. So, and this is what they say in their lawsuit. So, owning Activision Blizzard's catalog of games would make a material difference in the industry, providing Microsoft's gaming platforms a significant competitive advantage. Already the tears. You can just feel the tears coming through the words here. The proposed acquisition would give Microsoft an unrivaled position in the gaming industry. Unrivaled position.
Unrivaled.
Leaving it
Really?
with the greatest number of must-have games and iconic franchises. It's literally written like
Oh
a
my
fanboy.
gosh, shut the flying heck up, bro.
Microsoft would have the ability to foreclose important inputs to rivals of console gaming. by making some or all of Activision's Blizzard's important catalog of games, including Call of Duty, exclusive to Microsoft platforms or partially
What are they talking about, bro?
exclusive.
Sony has God of War, Horizon, Uncharted. They have
Spider-Man.
Last of Us. Well, yeah, sure, Spider-Man. But they have like The Last of Us. Like, they have so many games. Why are they complaining? They're like little children. Jesus, Chrysler Pacificas. My lordy.
So it continues. Currently, Microsoft, Xbox, and Sony PlayStation systems compete vigorously with one another. Foreclosing Activision Blizzard titles from appearing on PlayStation would harm competition between Xbox and PlayStation. Okay, so basically what they're hoping right over here is that the suit asked the court to declare that the planned acquisition is a violation of the Clayton Antitrust Act and to permanently block it. It also calls for the plaintiff's costs and legal fees to be covered. Of course, you wish that were to happen. That's ridiculous, dude. This whole thing
It's a
is
joke.
so stupid.
It's not even a funny joke.
It's just so desperate. Like, they're so afraid of Xbox having the upper hand, like having games that they want on the Xbox system exclusively. Like, dude, this is gaming. There's always been exclusives.
Yes.
It doesn't
this
make any
just,
sense,
So for
though.
me, this just makes me sad. I hear this and I hear people that are being influenced and caught in the middle of this mess.
Who?
Like they are
These fucking losers?
they're being influenced by all this back and forth that's happening. This is literally happening because Jim Ryan, it's literally saying these words when, like, the numbers, they speak for themselves.
I mean, these are not small children.
but these are
People who have money, who are capable of filing a lawsuit with a firm to go over there and do this. These are no one to feel sorry for.
I do feel bad.
These are people who are
to-
freaking clowns.
Exactly.
Super clowns.
Exactly. And I feel bad that this whole back and forth in in social media and everywhere has literally gotten them to the point where they think that they should be doing this with their money. This is sad. For me, this is sad.
I mean, the situation that they felt that way, that they can do that, it's sad, but not like, I'm not sad for them.
This is flat out
I'm looking at it
stupidity.
like,
but
this
the
is
fact
ridiculous.
the fact that the people are feeling like they need to go ahead and do this for PlayStation to stick up for them, like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So, I mean, that's
sad.
that's
I don't
really
know.
that's really the thing with this fake ass lawsuit. The FTC obviously is suing Microsoft to block the deal. These people, this is just some clown shit that really has no bearing whatsoever. That being said, talking about wanting to battle, okay? Activision is not taking this laying down. They're not staying quiet. They're not going to just let these companies mess with their future. Because you got to remember, they also want this.
Yes.
Right? They also want this. So this is not a Microsoft is not stealing anything from anybody. This is the real crazy stuff. This is like two dudes, right? Arguing over who's going to get the girl when the girl
already picked.
Like the girl doesn't have a say in who she gets to pick.
But she already said what she wants to do.
Like, Activision wants Microsoft.
Mhm.
They don't want you, PlayStation, because you broke.
Just get over
You
it.
can't
Bro.
afford their lifestyle. They will have to degrade themselves to go be with you, PlayStation. And I'm sorry to all the PlayStation fanboys who don't realize what side of the fence they're on.
The poor one.
They're on the poor side. That's just the reality of what it is. Okay? You backing the little guy. Okay, yeah, the PlayStation's big, but the company is small. So listen, PlayStation has been running their mouths for a long time. They've been swinging their thing around like they're big man on campus with their PlayStation, right? And all their exclusives and buying third-party exclusives.
The problem. And now they're pulling back, acting as if this is going to break them. Like this is like some unknown thing. Like they literally came out and said that PlayStation has 260-something exclusive games.
Microsoft said that.
Yes, Xbox has 59.
Yeah, that's just for the year.
For the year, yeah, but that's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean
dude.
they're not first party. They're not PlayStation didn't release those games themselves. It's just that on their system, companies who release games have released games exclusively for them over Xbox, right? So that's why they have so many exclusives. But the point is though. Is that
meaning that Activision is going to be a first party?
Yeah, Activision is going to be a first party for Microsoft. But the point is that now, like Microsoft is reminding PlayStation and reminding PlayStation fans that it was a choice that Microsoft made that allowed PlayStation to run its game all over the place. The games that they have, God of War, all that fun stuff, yes, they made those games. They also were irrelevant until they were just remade on PlayStation 4, until they renewed the idea of God of War. And all the newest IPs, Last of Us, those are all relatively new, right? That's not like from a long time ago.
Naughty Dog.
So that's just new stuff that all came out, relatively speaking, from this past generation. But Microsoft was not all in. We know this to be a fact. They were not all in. As a matter of fact, they were going to exit if it wasn't for Phil Spencer changing the narrative. And yeah, he had a lot of work to do, and he was building, had to kind of rebuild trust. He had to rebuild the back end of what the company was going to be. He had to rebuild studios. He had to go find studios to rebuild first party. And guess what?
Look at Xbox now.
Microsoft is in it now. Microsoft sees it. Microsoft is saying, okay, Xbox, you're not just a side project anymore. You are our link to the everyman consumer, to the people. You're our link.
Phil Spencer was able to show them what it's worth, what they can do, what they can be. You know?
Absolutely. And now they're saying, hey, here's our checkbook, Mr. Phil. Go do what you got to do to get us to where we need to be.
Yeah.
And guess what? That $69 billion, that is literally about 75% of Sony's entire value that Microsoft is dropping in cash to purchase Activision, is just the start. Bro, I'm sure these 10 fanboys that we just talked about, right? You got the money for this one. But what about when Microsoft is looking to buy somebody else? You're going to re-up? How many times are you going to do a lawsuit out of your pocket is what I'm trying to get to. Like how many times? Because Microsoft is not going to stop.
In order for Microsoft to purchase anything, it has to be up for sale, right? It has to be like, okay, yes, I want to do this. I agree on this. Listen, I'm not saying that Activision should be getting any type of lawsuits or any type of burn, but like, I don't know how they're looking at this and saying, oh, this is on Xbox. Xbox is doing this. No, Activision wanted to sell. So Xbox made an offer, or however that went down, and they came to an agreement of this amount of money. And yes, we're good for it. Like this, like, I don't know how we're not even looking at Activision and saying, how dare you, want to sell your company. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Monsters.
Like,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Like this is.
It doesn't make any sense. Not at all. And at the end of the day, what needs to happen, if this doesn't go through, Activision needs to retaliate against Sony.
I agree
they fucked this shit up.
1,000%. This is what I'm saying. Like Microsoft and Xbox, they're taking all the burn for it. Like, we're not looking at the fact that Activision is willing to sell, that they want to sell, that they want, like, that's literally it. Like, if PlayStation was the one buying Activision, if they were planning to buy it, I don't think this will all be happening.
I mean, they couldn't, even if they wanted to.
But if they were, I don't think all this nonsense and back and forth will be taking place.
No, it wouldn't.
No, because
wouldn't,
that's a decision that was made between them.
But this needed to happen so that Microsoft can see what this is.
Oh,
So
yes, for sure.
They
Because
need to go
Microsoft,
ahead.
for me, in my opinion, I've said it, but they're very, like, pushover.
Yeah, well, they're trying to be kumbaya with everybody for the industry. And I think now they'll see the bullshit here. And yes, Call of Duty will be on that platform on PlayStation because that's the only way they're going to be able to get this deal. But if they don't fucking drop the hammer down on literally everything else, they would be fucking idiots.
Oh,
They would be
1,000%.
fucking idiots.
If you cannot see who you're messing around with, like,
dude, there better not be another fucking game on PlayStation from Microsoft's end.
Well, they already kind of promised
Outside of multiplayer
that
shit
they're not
that has
going to
nothing to
F
do
up
with them.
anything. Like, with like the multiverse, the multi-platform.
Yeah,
stuff.
not the multiplayer shit because that has nothing to do with PlayStation. That has to do everything with the game, right? So the game needs players. The game needs community. So if it's a big multiplayer game, online and all that shit, yeah, fine. I'm talking about their real shit, like single player games. Their main games they better not fucking even think twice about putting that shit on PlayStation in any way, shape, or form. But that being said, yes, Activision. So Activision went in. Okay, she has a nice little Twitter rant, and I want to talk about it. And I'm gonna read it because she goes in, and I can appreciate that. Now this is Lulu Chang, Missouri. She is the EVP, so the Executive Vice President of Corporate Affairs, and the CCO, which I don't know what that is for Activision Blizzard. Okay, so antitrust law exists to protect consumers, not competitors. The FTC is doing the opposite with their baseless, ideologically driven suit to stop the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal.
agreed.
So let's talk about it, she says. The facts show this deal benefits gamers, workers, and global competition. But the FTC is ignoring facts, along with the precedent and business reality. Their case rests on the unfounded fear that Microsoft will make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox. 3 reasons that makes no sense. I love how she breaks this down like a boss bitch. All right. Number 1, Microsoft doesn't have the ability or the incentive to withhold Call of Duty. 2, a single game doesn't stifle competition. 3, the FTC has just made up nonsensical definitions of quote unquote markets that it claims will be dominated by Xbox, currently in 3rd place. On all counts,
Jeez Louise,
the
bro.
FTC ignores the facts. Number 1. So she's going in there and she told you the 3 things. Now she's going to go in deeper. Taking Call of Duty exclusive would be a disaster for Xbox. By withholding Call of Duty from other platforms, Xbox would torch trust, alienate gamers, and erode much of the value of Call of Duty. And they lose billions of dollars. If that weren't enough, Xbox has already made a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo and keep it on Steam. They've made the same offer to Sony. That offer continues to stand. These commitments totally undermine the FTC's supposed concerns about harm. But the FTC has refused to engage on them, other than to accuse Xbox of breaking past promises to the European Commission, an allegation the European Commission itself publicly refuted the next day. On top of it all, It's widely known in the industry that Activision is currently averse to multi-game subs and cloud services. So the FTC's theory is that Xbox will withhold from competitors something they never had in the first place.
Dang.
That's desperate and destined for failure. Yo, she is coming
FTC is
to
demented.
to
Like,
murder.
what? That makes no sense.
All right. So number 2, okay? So let's go back. Number 2 was a single game doesn't stifle competition. Number 2, the FTC ignores that no game or franchise is enough to make or break a gaming platform. Call of Duty faces intense competition worldwide. That includes China-based companies, aggressive expansion in the US, and Sony's war chest of IP across games, movies, TV, and music. And number 3, the one where FTC just makes things up. Number 3, the FTC cites non-existent quote-unquote markets that they fabricated just for this case, as in literally made up. Like, she literally put, like, their concocted cloud gaming, quote-unquote cloud gaming market, and the quote-unquote high-performance console market limited to Xbox and PlayStation, which, by the way, has over 2 times the market share. They're literally making this up. Then they put a GIF from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make cloud gaming market happen. Oh my God. So the TLDR, which is too long, didn't
So
read.
this chick slapped up the FTC in all
she
the wrong
murders them.
places.
She murders them. This deal benefits consumers and increases competition. The FTC ignores the facts. Instead, they're protecting the world's biggest gaming companies from more competition from Xbox. The FTC is blinded by ideology and has lost the plot. Protect competition, not competitors. That was awesome.
Yeah,
That
I
was
agree.
awesome. And everybody else, like all the replies, just freaking backed it up 100%. Because that's 100% reality here.
It's hard not to applaud something like that.
Yeah, seriously though. Like, she went in and it was like she said what everyone else has been thinking and saying and reading, but she said it as Activision.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Which means everything.
Which means everything because,
Right?
hey, FTC, bro, we want this shit to happen.
Yeah.
And guess what? We don't own the patents to some life-changing cure that if Microsoft gets their hands on it, it's gone and they can do whatever they
And
want.
Microsoft is not stupid enough to
Dude,
try
it's a military
to make
shooter.
It, yeah.
Call of Duty is a game with soldiers and guns.
Literally the most generic template for any first-person shooter.
Make a game to compete. Guess what? Did that stop Fortnite from blowing up?
Right?
No.
It's a shooter.
Did that stop Minecraft from blowing up?
It's not a shooter.
No. Did it stop any of the other battle royales like Apex, PUBG from blowing up? No. Matter of fact, I would say Call of Duty Warzone is the lowest ranked battle royale.
I agree.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
by
it might have been,
far.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it beat PUBG by now.
I don't think so.
I mean, I didn't hear nothing about PUBG anymore.
Yeah, well, but you also don't hear anything about Warzone.
Yes.
Who's talking about Warzone right now? Nobody.
I mean, 2.0 just came out.
Yeah, well, and that's it. It's gone. Who's talking about it? Nobody.
I agree.
It's Call of Duty. Just slapping Call of Duty on there doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're like this
Something special.
guaranteed super duper hit. You know what I'm saying? It's just not realistic. All right. So Activision went in big time. Okay. Then right off the heels of that, Microsoft responded again. And this one is little less exciting because it's really more of the same thing that Microsoft has been saying, right? So I'll say a quote here just to kind of get the idea, but this is the same general thing. So Brad Smith, Microsoft president and vice chair, says, even with confidence in our case, we remain committed to creative solutions with regulators that will protect competition, consumers, and workers in the tech sector. As we've learned from our lawsuits in the past, the door never closes on the opportunity to find an agreement that can benefit everyone. So they're still doing like the good guy, it's really like good cop, bad cop. I heard some people talk about it that way. And it does make sense when you sit here and read it. Like Activision went hard and they went ahead and forced, kind of slapped them up a little bit. And Microsoft is trying to be kumbaya. Like, I think they're using Activision like, hey, look at them. See, they're serious about this. We are too, but we still want to be friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Activision's ready to slice you in your sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where they are.
Chop.
We're trying to protect you, FTC, okay? We're trying to see if we can leave this open.
They're playing good cop, bad cop.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. And I think that's at the end of the day going to be something that is it's going to go through. This whole thing's going to go through. It's just how long are they going to take it and how far are they going to take it before they just kind of give in. I still feel like they're going to find a mutual place with Microsoft, and Microsoft will give them something to make them happy, and that would be that. Now, that being said, there is another little wrinkle to this whole thing, and that is Lena Kahn. So she is she's the head, or she's in charge of the FTC. Okay. And she went ahead and wrote an article, as an op-ed inside the Wall Street Journal. Okay. And I can't see it now because I don't know. But last time I clicked in it, it was available to be seen. So that is not nice, as some would say. But either way, we do have her little Twitter summary. So, but she kind of goes in. So she has 2 points here on her summary. So point number 1, corporations sometimes try to convince FTC to back off from blocking an illegal deal by making ESG commitments or swearing to use their power for whatever they view as the greater good. And then she says, my Wall Street Journal op-ed explains why this tactic doesn't work. We can't see it because it's blocked behind a paywall, and nobody cares about the Wall Street Journal enough to have a subscription to them. So that's going to live and die there. And then number 2, antitrust laws don't let us turn a blind eye to illegal mergers just because firms promise some unrelated social benefit. Our role is to serve as law enforcers who block unlawful activity, not as deal makers who accept reduced competition in exchange for some unrelated benefit.
Wow.
That is the stupidest shit that I think I've heard in a long time.
Unless she knows something we don't know, man.
It still sounds
doesn't.
ridiculous.
Then
doesn't
they
know.
are out here looking crazy and stupid.
They look idiotic.
This is insane.
It's really ridiculous.
But this is the crazy thing for me. Like, she's literally, if you pay attention to the words, she's literally accusing. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
She's insinuating. She's framing. Like, This is a big deal, what she's saying.
Yeah, and she keeps saying things like illegal. And all this shit.
Yes,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Illegal
That's what I'm saying.
This,
if there's something, unless she knows something I don't know, like,
I doubt it.
This is insane. Like, this is a personal lawsuit for me. Like, you're accusing, if I were, talking on like Microsoft or Xbox like behalf, like, so I'm going to literally sue you for defamation of character. Like, she's literally insinuating that they're doing illegal.
I know they're doing something evil.
They're trying to try to use their power. Like, these are big. This is very big. What she's insinuating.
Business, not a tyrant.
Yeah, she's insinuating big things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a business, and that's her right in her position to do that. She can say those things because they are the law enforcers of this industry. The problem is that what she's saying does not line up with what is the reality of what's happening.
Well, that's the problem, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like,
but they can't do that because it's a business. But she can point fingers at whoever she wants because, again, that's her ability to do it. It's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's stupid because it doesn't line up to reality. But in her mind, it does, right? So because she believes it, but that's we can't be in her mind. She's obviously ridiculous. And people, I mean, but look, then right here is...
listen, unless there's something we don't know and that Microsoft is literally doing some illegal stuff and they are literally sitting there and they're paying off, making people try to turn a blind eye to,
they're not.
Okay, then
it's just stupid talk. Like, even this guy right here, Shane, he's responding to it right now, and like, even he put it, he wrote as a response to her, "You know nothing about gaming and continue to protect the market leaders and competitors instead of caring about us consumers and gamers. You should be ashamed for your ideology in fighting the Microsoft deal for no reason. This is not the fight you should be fighting." Right? And that's just the reality of it. If you look at right here, where it says what's happening, this is the trending area. You have Activision trending, Xbox gamers trending, the FTC is trending. And then Infinite is trending, which I believe is, look, you got Bethesda. Like, there's so many eyes are on this deal right now. Like, it's just ridiculous. Look, you got Jez out here saying Lena Kahn should resign. She is blinded by ideology and ignorance of the gaming industry and seeks to use the Xbox Activision deal as a bludgeon to the detriment of consumers across the entire world, not just US. That's the other thing too. Like, we gotta remember, there's other countries around, right? And they are looking forward to this too, because this is going to have benefits for them. Because remember, Game Pass is cheaper for these other countries to play these games.
I don't even know how to repeat. Like, I don't even know. This is beneficial. This is beneficial to Activision. Okay, this is beneficial to consumers. This is for parents, for the people with they have the choice, right? If I choose to buy an Xbox and I want to have Game Pass and this game is going to be in there, that's beneficial to me. Okay?
Agreed.
It's literally not going to change anything for the PlayStation fans who want to have a PlayStation. The game will be available for you. It's not going to change.
Microsoft was even going to put it in PlayStation Plus, but they don't want it.
Because they don't want to do this.
They don't give a fuck about their fans.
To do this. They don't want to make a freaking streaming service. They don't want to make it cheaper for people. Like, they want to continue to make that money.
To be fair, Sony's not rich like Microsoft, so they kind of have to. Otherwise, they're probably going to sink.
What do you mean?
Sony's not like super financially rich and all that. They can't just put all their first parties in the Game Pass or their Game Pass equivalent and call it a day.
But yes, they can, because Microsoft is not losing money by putting it in there. They're not losing money. They just changed their business strategy. PlayStation doesn't want to change their business strategy because it's working the way it's working. That's not Microsoft's problem. That's not the FTC's problem. That's not what they shouldn't. FTC can't be like, oh, hold on, please, wait, Sony, this is going to be difficult for you? You got to do something different? You got to come up with other ways to compete? Nah. Sue you, Microsoft. You ain't touching PlayStation's way of being. That's ridiculous, dude.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, they're literally suing Microsoft.
Yeah.
And the 10 PlayStation fans are suing Microsoft. I think Microsoft needs to start throwing some lawsuits around and figure out how to really
sue.
Well, the lawsuit that the FTC did is not the same. Like, that's just the terminology that they use.
Yeah,
that's
to stop
how
it.
they block a
how
deal.
They block it. Yeah, I know.
So,
but I'm just saying, Microsoft is just getting it from every freaking angle.
Yeah, but you know what? Freaking Activision showed up to slap some people up. Look, there's another little excerpt here that Clobro put out.
Let's not forget that they're also bringing Call of Duty to Nintendo for 10 years.
Yeah, they already put it out there. Like, that's why it's so stupid. Activision put this out here as well. The FTC's disregard for these benefits to consumers and focus on supposed harms to Xbox's deep-pocketed competitors betrays a fundamental disconnect between the FTC's theories and the antitrust law's underlying purpose, which is to protect competition, not competitors. The FTC is asking this court to protect the world's largest gaming companies from further competition from Xbox, and thereby turning antitrust on its head. Blinded by ideological skepticism of high-value technology deals and by complaints from competitors, the FTC has not only lost sight of the realities of the intensely competitive gaming industry, but also the guiding principles of our nation's antitrust laws.
I love that line. Deep-pocketed competitors.
Yep. Like,
see,
they don't have as much money as Microsoft, but they still got money. So let's not play stupid. Like, they're making billions of dollars every quarter. Like, they're making it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they have to make sure that it goes ahead and goes through. Microsoft has to stay on this. Activision has to stay on this. They have to make sure they go through and just stick it to Sony. I don't care. At this point, it's just about making Sony bend the knee at the end. Yeah. And getting them to the point where they understand that this is not their place.
Playground.
well, this is very important. The fact that if Xbox gives up on this, then anything else that they do beyond this, they're going to manhandle them the same way.
Yep. You remember,
And-
it's not just Xbox, it's Microsoft. As a company, Microsoft buys companies left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? So if they let the FTC bitch them out right now, it's going to set precedence for them getting stopped to do other things.
And, I think that when we sit here and, like, just in general, we talk about FTC overlooking or, like, not seeing, or FTC not understanding. How can you not understand? This is stupid or whatever. Like, they're smart, right? They know what's going on. Let's not take away from the fact that they know what they're doing. It's why are they doing that? That's the question, right? So I think that we're taking off a lot of heat from them by saying, how can you not see this? This is like stupid, right? Well, I don't think that it's that they're not seeing, is that they are refusing to do what they're supposed to do. And there's a big difference.
Yep. And I just, as I was kind of wandering around, waiting over here on the websites, I'm looking, and this is a big thing. Another studio is unionizing, right? So another Activision Blizzard studio. So one studio already did it. This is another one that's doing it. Microsoft already had another studio in Bethesda do it. Game companies didn't have unions before. So they were just, everybody was left to fight for themselves. But ever since Microsoft said that they're going to buy them, they've stepped in and they've helped these other these companies unionize under Activision and under themselves, because they said they're not going to block this. They're going to let this happen. So technically, this shouldn't happen because Microsoft is buying them. So nothing is supposed to be taking place until they purchase them. But Microsoft is not stopping this. They're helping employees. They're helping the people who work at these studios have a better job, have a better career, have more safety.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more
There's so
to
much
this.
benefit other than it. Again, aside from the consumer, the people that work there, these companies, like everybody, like there's a lot of benefit. So why are they refusing and continuing to deny this deal from going through?
Yeah. And listen, with that, we'll leave it there. That's the last sentiment that I want to feel about this thought right now. So that being said, Madman, take us to the next topic, my friend.
All right. So the next topic is Netflix has announced their very first live global event dubbed Chris Rock Selective Outrage, which will premiere in 190 countries on March 4th, 2023, 10 p.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. So what do you guys think?
I'm freaking excited about this. This is their next step. They're literally doing a live show.
Yeah.
You know, and what better than stand up? Like I love
We do love our
freaking
stand-up.
stand
From our
up.
boy Chris Rock.
Yes. So I'm excited. I'm really excited
Man,
because
we should do like our top 5 favorite stand-ups of the year.
that will be awesome.
Right?
I'm down.
That'd be cool.
I'm really excited because I have not watched. I can only assume he's going to address the slap from the Oscars.
He might brush over
Right?
that.
No, I don't
The
think so.
slap
I
heard
think that's
across the
coming in
world.
big. This is his time to go ahead live in 100 and something countries, right? And like, I want to hear what he has to say.
Well, I
want
predict
to
he'll
hear
want to
about
keep
the
it
slap.
lighthearted.
I want to hear the jokes. I want to hear how he felt about it then, how he feels about it now. I think that's all going to be brought up because it was such a big deal, and he hasn't really, from what I know, talked about it.
Not really.
Well, it really just depends on how he wants to go with it, right? Because, this is going to be the first performance that he's done big like this since that happened. And it's like, do you want it to be dominated by that
an
idea?
incident.
Or
I
do
don't
you
know,
want to
but
maybe
this
throw
is-
it in at the end or maybe very beginning? Like throw it in right away to be
He'll probably
done
have
with
some
it and
digs
move
about Will
on?
Smith, though. Who'll probably make fun of him.
Oh, I don't know. I think he might be afraid to get slapped again.
But this is the thing. I know. Okay, so I think Netflix knows
Can't wait to see
exactly why they picked Chris Rock, right? There's
yeah.
a lot of controversy behind
Absolutely.
this.
Absolutely.
And I don't know that they're going to be okay without him addressing it. I think that's going to be a big selling point. This is the way they're looking at it. This is going to be live. In order for everybody to sit down and want to come and see this, they're going to want to know what he feels about the slap, about what went down on that night. So I don't think that that's going to be something that he's not, it wasn't a part of the deal, in my opinion. Don't you think? Like having to kind of address
I don't think
that.
so. I don't think that Netflix would say, "Hey, we'll give you this job."
Well, not
but
say
you
it
gotta
like
talk
that. It's not
about the
going to be like.
slap. Because I'm pretty sure Chris Rock would just be like, "Yo, guys, just so you know, I'm not gonna do a special with Netflix because they told me if I don't talk about the slap, then you know what I'm saying. Like nobody's gonna tell him what to do that way, but."
Obviously, it's not going to be that blatant, but Netflix, they're not stupid. Like, there are a lot of comedians out there, like, to be chosen to be the one to go freaking live.
I think the slap helped him, right? The
Exactly.
slap, yeah, but he doesn't have to talk about it. The slap got him the
Do you
being
not think?
noticed again.
Do you not think that most people are going to log in or go into it waiting to hear what
Yep.
he has
And
to
they'll watch the
say
entire thing
about the slap.
and never hear about it.
That will suck.
I don't think they're gonna talk
I really
about it.
want to
really don't
hear
think he
about it. I
will.
want to hear his perspective.
He's not gonna turn into some sort of "I survived" the Will Smith or
Yeah,
something
like
that.
because then he's giving Will Smith power too, right? Because you remember everybody's watching, and the one thing you're gonna bring up Will Smith, and what everybody gonna do? People who haven't seen it are gonna go Google it. You're giving Will Smith more burn.
Yes and no, because I mean, I guess Will Smith, like they had to stop a lot of his movies. Actually, I even think Netflix may have stopped. They were working on a movie or something. I think
it was
Well,
Bad Boys 4 that paused for a little bit.
Yeah, but Apple released the movie
Emancipation or
Emancipation,
so. I think
which I want to watch.
whatever. I mean, I heard it was okay.
maybe this is Netflix's way of saying we have your back. You know,
Like we chose you.
we
Chris
chose
Rock.
you. Yeah.
Like my boy Chris Rock. What can I
listen.
say? I like boulders, but I like Chris Rock more.
Regardless of this, whether there's going to be a talk about the slap or not, I love freaking stand up. I do hope that
Funny.
there are some jokes about it.
They'll probably make fun of Will Smith at one point,
I agree.
even if it's short and quick.
Because, dude, even like, didn't Chappelle make a joke about Will Smith on one of his stand ups? Something about people now think they can.
When he, well, I think so, but I know on Opening Night Live, not Opening Night Live.
Wow. Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night Live. Opening Night Live.
They did do a comedy skit based
He
on
did
the
a
Will
little
Smith
skit, he did his opening speech or whatever on Saturday Night Live. He had brought it up on there. Look, Dave Chappelle's amazing, so
He
he could
freaking is
say
incredible.
whatever he
Dave
wants. to
Chappelle's
say.
a GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Oh
Yeah.
no, on that Saturday Night Live, he was talking about Kanye making fun of the Jews, and he was talking about and alluding to the idea that Kanye's actually right that the Jews do run Hollywood. But he was like, if you were to say that, something that might happen.
Oh,
But-
Kanye.
so,
Ah, man,
Kanye's
that's
another-
a whole other
Kanye's
subject.
A whole nother subject.
Mm,
But
yeah.
We'll get to him another day.
But yeah,
Man.
it's a yeah. So that's cool. I'm
That's very
excited
cool.
for it.
Doesn't
And
stop there
we'll
for
see
good old
how it
Netflix,
is.
though. So Netflix has had a rough time. They've been dropping subscribers in 2021. After 2020 was a big year for them because of everyone staying indoors, things were dropping. However, in the course of 2022, they've had 3 series cross over 1 billion watch hours. And one of those series we're about to talk about right now. Wednesday becomes the 3rd biggest Netflix series of all time. And as of the time of writing, it has officially hit 1.2 billion hours. I mean, as of the time of recording, that's what I meant to say. It has officially beat Dahmer after its mere 2 months of rule and has only 151 hours needed to beat Stranger Things Season 4. After that, it will have to tackle Squid Game, which I don't think it'll be Squid Game, but it'll get close enough. I think that Stranger Things, it is possible Wednesday could overtake it. It's not a big gap. They just have to close the gap. And considering how viral the Wednesday dance has been and how basically popular and how trending it's been, I don't think it needs that much to get that little push,
Well, remember that it doesn't need to be Stranger Things season 4 because it actually already beat Stranger Things season 1.
Well,
Right,
2 and
so-
3. Don't forget the other 2.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's for its time being the first season of Wednesday. It already got up to the second time slot for as far as all the shows that have been coming out from their first season. It beat it. It's just season 4. Obviously, you have a built-in fan base. Obviously, more and more people watching it. But for it to come out and it beat Stranger Things season 1. So if it
That's pretty
already
good.
did that, imagine what it'll do season 2, season 3, season 4, assuming they keep it going. Question is can they keep it going?
Like, could Season 2 potentially be garbage or not do as well?
I don't know. I feel like her character is the kind
big
of linchpin of it, and she's extremely good as that character.
Jenna Ortega, yeah, she's coming up. She's had a bunch of movie roles. Remember, she's the new face of Scream. So basically, she's a new protagonist, sort of.
She has the new face. She's the new face of what?
Scream, remember Scream, Ghostface, Scream?
Yeah, I know the
At
the
Scream
movie.
5, she was a big part of it. In Scream 6, she's full on starring in it. So basically, she's
She was
becoming
a
a new
big
face
part.
of the
I don't
franchise.
even. I feel like I don't remember her.
You don't
in
remember
there.
Scream? She
Who
was
was
in there. She was a first Scream victim in an opening act to survive. Because usually every Scream starts with like the ghost face killing someone, and then that's when the plot goes into effect. Her character was the only one to actually survive Ghostface and not die right away in the beginning.
Hmm.
So that's neat. But I
Interesting.
think that basically, so I think that like season 2, even season 3 or something like that is practically confirmed, even though they haven't said anything. Think about it. Squid Game, season 2, confirmed, it's coming. Stranger Things, season 5, it's confirmed, it's coming. Monster, season 2 and 3 have been confirmed. Wednesday has to be getting a second season. That's practically guaranteed.
Yeah, it's gonna get a
third
second
season's
season.
likely. Heck, maybe even a fourth season could be even hinted at. I think that Wednesday has a bright future ahead of it.
The question is, how prepared were they for a second season?
I think that the way they ended
that is
it,
the only thing to explain the delay. Yeah, well, there's such a thing where you can leave it open for a season 2, but not necessarily have it ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You're writing the story and you're like, well, hopefully people like it enough that we get a chance to make season 2, but we're not going to sit here and write season 2 if we don't have the go ahead to do it.
that's
right?
true.
So, I mean, Netflix can be like, all right, listen, it's a hit. Great. We want a season 2. Get a pitch together, send it over to us, and we will okay it or not. So that's a whole new process now, because they could be like, all right, here's our season 2. And they're like, we don't like that. Then they have to go back to the drawing board and try to do something else. So the question is whether they were prepared for it and whether they're going to be able to come up with something that Netflix wants to go forward with.
And another question is, do you think Tim Burton will come back to direct it? Or is he
you know
done?
what? I gotta be honest with you. I don't. Once a tone has been set, it's less important. You know what I'm saying? Like once they already know the way the show's gonna go, then it doesn't matter anymore. Like think about most shows. Like I remember like Smallville and all these other shows that we used to watch. Like there was like different directors all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like people would just come on and direct a certain episode or a certain few episodes. So it's like a matter of once the tone is set, then it's a matter of it just going along with it. You know what I'm saying? Like just keeping it going.
Like they already have the foundation. It's not hard to continue off of it based on what they set up.
Yeah.
So-
Like once it's known, it's known. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that being
Yeah.
said, I think Wednesday will have a season 2. It's exciting that it's doing so well. Hopefully they just keep it up.
I think so too.
All right, brother. Let's this is the last topic.
Yes,
Let's
good
see
thing,
what
'cause
that
there's only
looks
one
like.
topic left. So, Henry Cavill signs on to star in the Warhammer 40,000 series for Amazon. It is based on the popular video game of the same name. He will also act as the executive producer of the series. So, he got fired from he quit The Witcher. He got fired from Superman. Warhammer. Will this be the next big thing?
Well, I mean, will it be the next big thing? Probably not, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's unlikely that show or that movie will be that good.
I mean, Warhammer is just not as big of a brand. Prime Video is also doing God of War, and I think they're doing Fallout.
I mean, it's a pretty big brand, but like the movie I actually really liked that when they made that.
Since when was there a Warhammer movie?
There was a Warhammer movie. I forget the name, but a Warhammer movie came out, or maybe there's a I don't know. That whole 40K, like they're all intermingled, all the different branches of the same property. I'm pretty sure it's Warhammer. Yeah,
it's
Warhammer had a movie. But I mean, at the end of the day, the fact that he's making this movie or this show, what is it, a movie or a show?
It's a show.
Show. Okay. That he's in the show and making it, you know, he's a gamer, so he's interested in these type of things, so it's cool. I think he'll bring something good to it. I think there's a good chance for it to do well because he's attached to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like there's no comparing that to like The Witcher. You know what I'm saying? Or like comparing that to Superman.
Well, The Witcher's not even a video game at its core. It's a book. And Superman's a comic.
Well, I mean, yes, it's a book, but at the same time, video games have taken,
Like given a lot of its
given
soul.
its own, like giving life to it. So, but I mean, look, I think it's good. I think it's cool that he has another job, to do. Obviously, he's doing other things as well, but it was a little dicey coming off of The Witcher to go play Superman and then getting dropped as Superman, and now you're not Witcher. It's like, oh shit! Like, what? Are you,
It's been a rough time for Henry Cavill. Hopefully, this will brighten his day or his paycheck. So
it'll hopefully brighten his paycheck for sure. For sure.
I only hope the best for this guy. It's been a wild ride. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor. I like him a lot. So, I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited to check it out. I'm a fan of Henry, so I will definitely be checking it out and seeing.
Yeah, who knows?
Where they go
Maybe
with
this will be a contender for the Game Awards adaptation of the year. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, remember, like the new season of The Witcher is not even out yet. So even though we know that he's not going to be in season 4,
Henry Cavill has already been in season 3.
In season 3, so we haven't even watched that yet. So, he's going to make that and then this, so he'll be hot off of Witcher 3 and then roll into this as far as viewership is concerned. Like, people are going to migrate from Witcher 3 to here to kind of follow him. So I think he has a good chance of doing well with this show. So
yeah, there's a lot, but like that could go right here. Let's just hope it actually does go right.
Yeah, right. All right, man.
Well, this was a pretty awesome podcast, if you ask me. We had some emotional roller coasters, and I think that when it comes to Activision and Spider-Man and everything we talked about here, I think that this has been an insane conclusion to this year, 2022. And,
yeah, it's been a really, really cool
year.
Cool year. I mean, we're gonna be doing one more. I don't know if we're gonna do it. I don't know if this is the last podcast of the year. I guess so.
New Year's Day. That's supposed to be the next one.
Yeah, we're New Year's Day, so it'll be next year. Yeah, so this is okay. So this is the last
podcast of the year.
Podcast of the year.
All right, thank you guys for listening, and thanks guys for being a part of this journey with us. You make every step worth it. And that's going to be it for our podcast. Guys, if you like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Mark, our madman, out.